Right, Robert Drury back again on my quest to get to 2200. I am currently at 2100. I've pretty much staying around 2100. I think I get up to 2140 a few different times, but I'm having a difficulty pushing past 2150. So let's see if we can get a game and get back on the right side of the of winning. Okay, my opponent is 2057, and I will start off with the Nimitz Larson, which is a B3. And my bishop comes to B2, and he is, looks like he's going to try to put me in a bind. All right, so I'll play my E3 pawn up. I'll go ahead with my G pawn, and I'm going to try to clamp down on the F4 square. Okay, so I'm trying to get the F4 square under control. Bishop will come out. All right, so I got to break up the center. So now, where am I going to break it up at? I'm going to push here. We'll push here. Well, first we will put a pawn here. I'm trying to keep the knight out of G4. And now, let's see. All right, let's put a pawn here, keep the other knight out of B4, and now, all right, now, where do we want to push? Do we want to push here, or do we want to push here? If I push here, he takes, let's see, let's push the F pawn. I tend to favor the F pawn push simply because I do not want, or I'm sorry, the F4 push, because I do not want him to push F4. All right, so what's he going to do? I would assume he would take. All right, so now I've got some options. Can take and castle long. Let's do that. Let's keep my pawns intact. All right, he's going to come over here. I'm going to just castle. One thing about this position, I still got my pawn on D2, so I am controlling the E3 square at the moment. I'm not sure if that's going to be a plus or a minus. We will find out. If he brings the rook over or the queen, I'm going to just castle. I would assume he's at some point he's going to push here in order to limit my. There we go. And there it is. All right, now right now, I can take here, and if he takes, I can give him a check, and I can win a pawn. But he's not going to let me do that. What's he doing? I mean, I can just push him right back out. He's not going to come here. It's not going to come here. He's just got to go back. All right, let's push him back out. Push him out. Shall I take the knight when he drops it into F6? Then take the pawn and win a pawn? That's interesting. Okay. He's going to go for the sack. I would assume he's going to come in here, and we will do this. All right. I'm still hitting here, and I'm hitting here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm missing here. Apparently, I'm not missing anything. Okay, that was a very quick, short game. And this is a Nimzowitsch Larsen attack, the Dutch variation. Actually, it's going into a Hippo. All right, let's do a quick game review. And 81.6. I've had a 2150 to 1650. I'm not 100% sure what my opponent was trying to accomplish. Let's see. Let's see, what's his full stats look like? Okay, he is, let's go all time. He has been as high as 2182. He's got a better win percentage than I do. But let's get back to our game analysis. Okay, this is a quick one. I'm going B3. And I was asked why I play the B pawn. I play the B pawn because my opponent is less likely to know an Nimzowitsch Larsen. And then, if he's less likely to know an Nimzowitsch Larsen, he's also much less likely to know be familiar with the Hippo once you go into a Hippo. Now, he plays a Dutch variation with the F5 push. All right, I bring my bishop up. I'm continuing with my development. And now he's just gonna get center. He's gonna try to put me in a bind. I would assume he play this way. He can also play up. But he's taking the center. And I play the E3 pawn first because depending on, I can, either one of these I can take if he decides an early push. Okay, so now he's going for the big center. And I am playing the G6, plan on putting a knight here and try to keep the F4 square under control. Okay, brings this knight around. I bring my knight. Like I said, I want to keep this square under control. However, let's go. Okay, however, the knight, or the engine rather, likes just knight to F3. The engine's not a big fan of the knight coming to E2 and Hippo. Engine's not a big fan of the Hippo altogether. All right, so I bring my knight around. Now he's got the big 4 pawn center. So at a certain point, I've got to break the center up. I usually like to prepare it and do it with the F push, simply because pushing the F pawn down the board on me, it tends to be quite scary. So I just go ahead and I'm continuing with my development. And his knight comes around. And I'm playing basically a waiting move, but the engine says, you're stalling and you're giving him a big opportunity. The engine likes bishop to, let's see, bishop d6, and for him to just take a big space advantage and a big center. Okay, he brings his bishop instead to d6, and I play my other pawn. I'm just, I'm preparing, but at the same time, I want to keep the knights out of these squares. All right, he castles, and now I play f5. And the engine absolutely hates my position. It gives d4 and just counterattacking it. And a lot of players don't do that, but that is a very strong way to do it. It creates problems for me. Instead, he takes. I take with my G pawn, or I'm sorry, my E pawn, and he brings his queen around. So I saw that coming. Right here, I could actually go bishop takes, but when he takes back, he's hitting my rook. All right, so I castle. He brings this knight down, and I'm just going to kick the knight out. Now, he sacked. I see this a lot in the at this level of chess.com. Players around a little over 2,000 to 2,100. They see the king side pawns as being weak, and they want to sack pieces. That's what he did. Sacked a piece, but I'm just winning. He brings us queen for a check. He's also hitting the knight. So let's just defend the knight. All right. So we know he's coming here. Problem is now rook to f3 just kind of separates his queen from his bishop's attack on the knight. All right, so he takes, and now rook takes. And here he resigned. And here's the problem he's running into is, all right, let's say that he sees this as a problem. He's under attack here. If he goes back to defend, I can take the knight off, or the pawn off the board with check. I can hit him with this. Let's see if I do this, and my pieces are all coming in. All right, so if he goes here, and what if I take here? He takes, take. He goes here. I've kind of got him in a. Let's see. Nah, I got to come back here and just get the queen off the board because he can block. Let's see, blocks, and the queen comes off the board. It's just he's just in a bad situation. All right, but with that was a quick video, and I will see you on the next video.